Okay, so let's create a new document for this example. So we're going to go to File, New. We're going to create a letter size document again. And then this time we're going to actually place in an image that we're going to use as a guide to work from or to trace from. Okay, so if we go to File and Place Embedded, okay, we're going to grab this image and we'll place it. So placing it keeps the image at its original size, and when you've placed it, it actually creates it as a smart object. So we'll just hit enter here, and what we're going to do is we're going to drop back this image so we don't see it so much. Now, one thing that a lot of artists will use when they're creating this background is they'll drop it back either to a very light grey or a light blue. Okay, so it kind of is neutral and works off against the image that you're drawing. Okay, this image is desaturated, but I'm going to show you how you could desaturate that. Okay, so I'm going to go to an adjustment layer here, and we're going to use a hue saturation adjustment layer. Okay, we're going to drop the saturation right down. We're going to select colorize. Okay, and we're just going to give it a slight kind of light blue tint. Okay, and then we're going to increase the lightness of that image. Okay, so you can see here, we can still see the image, the detail, enough so that we can draw over it, but it's going to be light enough that we can really see the lines that we're working and creating as well. Okay, so once we've created these layers as well, we can now lock these layers off. Okay, so I'm going to hold down Shift and just lock those two layers. It means I can't accidentally paint them or something like that. Okay, so let's create a new layer. Line 01. Okay, and then we'll also create another layer, fill 01. Okay, you have one layer for line and one layer for fill, and we're going to start with the line layer and then really just start to use some of the techniques that we've covered in the previous examples to actually start to build in some nice line over the top of this cow skull. Okay, now you have to pick a cow skull for your drawing, but it's nice. A nice image to use because it has these areas where the light catches nicely on it when we start to work on the color of this image, so we can start to learn about how light falls onto an object and how we can use that in our drawings and then eventually in paintings to create some beautiful images. Okay, so now this is really over to you. We've covered the basics of how you can use the tools in Photoshop, and now we really want to just start to set up a brush, leave the opacity low, and begin to use those tools to actually start to draw in and work up some detail in this drawing here. Okay, go ahead, research an image, and your task is to draw that image using the techniques that we've covered up to this point in this class. And I really look forward to seeing the results that you come up with.